Occasional problems in different stages of meiosis can result in an imbalanced number of chromosomes ending up in the final granddaughter cells. We call these events nondisjunction events. Nondisjunction events in meiosis 1 or meiosis 2 can both result in different combinations of chromosomes. On the left, we have an example of a nondisjunction in meiosis 1. You can see that in anaphase of meiosis 1, one of the pairs of homologs is pulled to one side of the cell. The other side of the cell does not receive any of that chromosome. The cell begins meiosis 2 with an imbalanced number of chromosomes. Half of the resulting gametes have an extra chromosome, while the other half are lacking a chromosome. Depending on which chromosome this is, most of these gametes will not survive. A nondisjunction event in meiosis 2 can similarly result in an abnormal distribution of chromosomes in the gametes. In this case, half of the gametes are normal, but the other half have an imbalanced number of chromosomes. Karyotyping is the process by which photographs of chromosomes are taken in order to determine the chromosome complement of an individual, including the number of chromosomes and any kinds of abnormalities. In this karyotype, you can see that chromosome 21 has 3 chromosomes. This is known as trisomy 21. Trisomy 21 is a genetic disorder that we call Down syndrome. While most nondisjunction events won't survive, nondisjunction events that affect sex chromosomes often do survive. The different numbers of sex chromosomes can result in genetic disorders like Klinefelter syndrome or Turner syndrome, or they can go undetected. In the case of 3 X chromosomes or 2 Ys and 1 X chromosome, the adult individual appears normal. When nondisjunction events occur in arthropods, oftentimes they result in a mosaic gynandromorph. After an egg is fertilized, the first cell divisions go on to make certain parts of the body. So, if there's a nondisjunction event during mitosis in those first cell divisions, oftentimes parts of the body will retain certain sex characteristics, while other parts of the body will retain other sex characteristics. On the right is an example of a fly who is a gynandromorph. The left side of the fly is a female, while the right side of the fly is a male. Gynandromorphic insects, while incredibly rare, are consistently found throughout nature. Here you can see a phasmid walking insect that is half female and half male. Because this nondisjunction event occurred early on in the development of this insect, the line between male and female is split bilaterally, straight down the middle. Here's another example outside of the insect world. This is a crustacean. Crustaceans are also protostomes and similarly experience determinate cleavage. And so this example as well likely had a nondisjunction event occur during those early stages of mitosis during the development of the embryo. This spider is also a gynandromorph and is also a protostome. It also has determinate cleavage. So, like several of these examples, the split between male and female occurs straight down the center of the individual. And here is perhaps the most striking example of a gynandromorph. This is a gynandromorphic cardinal. So while cardinals are deuterostomes, which have indeterminate cleavage like us, this individual has retained half of its body as a female and half of its body as a genetic male. Gynandromorphs are an incredible result of nondisjunction events. These events, while may oftentimes manifest themselves in different syndromes or different genetic disorders, in these cases, they provide an incredible visual example of how small changes in our genome can have drastic effects on the phenotype and the expression of our genes.